Yo, what's up guys? Just finishing up yesterday's video. I don't know why GoPro does this. It cut the video at like freaking 17 minutes and it was supposed to be like 25. The last part was the best part where I wrapped everything up and gave some good analogy. So anyways, let's finish this, okay? Alright, so I was gonna share with you guys a few quotes and ideas from Daniel Priestley's book, Oversubscribed, right? So the book is basically about, why do some businesses have a lot of clients lining up? They're just oversubscribed. They have more people wanting this service than they can supply, right? And it was the art of getting in that position. But what I wanted to share was a little part of the book where he talks about structures, okay? Well, not really structures, but types of businesses, okay? So it goes like this. In his experience, he saw one of the businesses, the one type of the business is that I think he calls it like people in the trenches, or like people doing the work, right? So which would be kind of like what I'm doing, what most beginners will go through, right? It's when you are in your business, you're working in your business, you're doing everything, right? You are wearing all the hats. You are the accountant, you are the manager, you are the salesman, you are the fulfiller of the service, right? You do everything because you have to, right? And then he sees the other type of businesses where he just calls it lifestyle business, right? And this is what I would call the golden type of business, the golden structure, right? It is all what the people dream about. It's what all the little bullshit we see on the internet, like make money from sitting on the beach and all that shit. They are showing that structure, that this lifestyle business in its best form, right? Trying to sell you that dream. It's what books like 4-Hour Workweek try to shine some light on of how it's possible. But long story short, it's the type of lifestyle that is allowed to happen, right? That people can afford to live in this era only. Never before was this possible. Like even recent, like before 2000, the year 2000, this kind of lifestyle, well, people couldn't even imagine, right? Of being able to. So he goes on to explain, he gives some metrics. Okay, this kind of lifestyle business are basically people who work 2 to 3 times a week. They have, the hours aren't long, 4 to 5 hours, but they are providing an, very high level of value. So in their industry, they're really good at what they're doing. And all the things that have to happen to serve that service to their clients is not automatic. I don't think that's the word he used. I think it's like heavily systematized. Okay, basically it's like you're just in maintenance mode, right? That's what a lifestyle business is like, right? You are working most of the time on your business, and if you were to step away from your business, nothing collapses, right? So if I go away for a week now, that's 1 week my business was off, right? Like no calls were made, no outreach was done, no link building was done, no citation, nothing, like no work was done, right? I have to be in it. I am the business, right? A lifestyle business is something that, where I have some systems set in place that I could walk away, I could take a little break and go somewhere and everything stays the same. It maybe gets better when I'm there or it gets better when I'm away, right? He goes on to explain how a lot of the people that live lifestyle businesses, the major way they expand their business is just by traveling. Like they travel the world and they make connections with key people, with more entrepreneurs at their level, and they get ideas that they haven't come to yet, and they bring it back home and integrate it and make their business better, things like that. And they are able to travel, I think he says like 4 or 5 times a year without any hiccups, right? So you get some good metrics, what the type of lifestyle we're talking about. And most people know about this kind of business, like we highly value it in our head, but he brings it down to a reality, right? It's not just like something that you think about and it's not something you wait until, because the webinars make it sound like, until the day you can be on the beach and you take that perfect picture while you have your laptop on your lap, and that's when you made it. He doesn't, he makes it very real. Like this is what it's done to, like, this is how you're able to get there. And doesn't give you much details on what has to happen, like the 4-hour work week does, in terms of like exact techniques and tactics, because that's what a lot of times we like, right? Exact techniques, exact emailing systems that make us, less, how do you say, less needed in our business, right? Like the 4-hour work week gives. But long story short, that's the second type of business, right? The lifestyle business. And the third type is the performance breathers, right? I forgot what he calls it, but this is basically the type of business where he mentions they're not afraid to work 80 plus hours a week. They're highly efficient, okay? Just like the lifestyle business, they're highly efficient. They have systems in place and everything's taken care of, but they grind really hard and they track every single detail. So, the best example for this would be people like Elon Musk and like very high achievers, right? Like all the people you see that are like famous and things like that. But in our space, it would be something like, I would say Matt Diggity, right? This guy's a performance breather. When he shared his day-to-day activities, a portion of his day is just on testing. It's not building shit, it's not calling people, it's testing what works. He's at a level where he doesn't even he sees ideas of what other people are working and what's working for other people, but he depends majority of his skill set in the industry he's in, it depends on his own testing, his own data gathering, right? And that's what Daniel Priestley says also, like, is a major indicator that you're a performance business, is when you're at a top level in the industry, in the niche you're in, so much so that you have to do your own data gathering, because that's what makes you stay ahead. You have already acquired and implemented all the main jewels that other people have shared, or you can see now you are leading, right? That's performance. Now here's the catch. Here's what it means for people like us. And this is so interesting because he says that the person who's in the trenches can never transition to a performance breather without first passing the lifestyle, which is super fucking interesting because it's probably pretty common, and I have this also really, I suffer from this, I could say, is that I'm in the trenches right now, but in my willpower, I imagine to be like a performance breather. Like I always imagine myself being like, better in terms of like, tracking harder, going, mentally thinking and putting myself in a position where I'm going to sell so hard, rank so many websites, track all this, systemize everything, like all this stuff. And my willpower, it's the best way to explain it, is I put myself into a performance breather, but according to him, I can't be there until I pass the lifestyle business. So I began to think about it and I realized why that is true. And that is because if you're in the trenches, right, like I am now, and my income is right around, I showed you guys, like only 2 people are paying me monthly, and when the other people pay me, I'm right under $3,000 a month, right? So, and I'm in the trenches right now, right? If I was to scale the same way, equivalent, I wouldn't become a lifestyle business. I would become more in the trenches. I would become a person who's more, like the business more relies on me, and I just have to work harder and longer hours, right? Now, by the way, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, I'm just saying like the structures now. Don't get like, oh, I have to become somebody who only works 2 hours a day or 4 hours a week, and like don't go that route. That's the fucking most bullshit thing you can get out of this video, right? Hear me out. So if I was to go and scale this equivalently, I would think that I would reach there, but I wouldn't. What I have to pass through is a stage where I have systems put in place. Like this is why people call it models, business models, because it literally is, guys. Like I thought that was just a word to make them sound more smarter, things like that, or books, to put a word for it, but it's literally a model. Because if you just keep doing what you do now and you scale it up, you wouldn't get that lifestyle. You literally have to do some things different and structure it out in a way where you are not reliable. Not you will always be reliable, but you are not the one doing the work. Now, so yeah, and so performance has to be passed by lifestyle first, and only lifestyle, once you're in lifestyle, you can transition into performance, because whatever you're doing, you just spend more time and more effort of yours to get into performance, and you can step back and forth of it. But if you're in the trenches, you can't go into performance. The next stage is going to be lifestyle, right? So made that clear. And yeah, I just wanted to share this with you guys. And you know, it's a pretty interesting concept because once you pass, right? Once you pass the whatever amount of, you know, to pay your bills and everything, I would say it's about $2,000. Like really, guys. Like I used to think I need like $5,000 to be okay, but no, I need more like 2,000. Like my wants aren't that big. $2,000 a month coming in, recurring, is most places I would say in the world is for you to be okay. Like you can just be okay, right? You can have a car that moves, a place where there's internet and food and everything, and you'll be just fine, right? And that's when you should start thinking about systems, right? Now, bringing all this down to practicality, the first place you think about, I would say, right off the bat, wherever you are right now, is start training a VA, like, right? I don't outsource anything as of now. I even build my citations, so I'm doing all the work, right? Because I just don't trust any. I mean, I'm pretty sure some of the good services, Moz, White Spark, and all this stuff is good at citations, but I build all of them, right? If I was to start outsourcing it, I would love to train a VA. The first place I would look for is in my country, my hometown, right? There's lots of people, there's like places 150 million, small country, and no good jobs. I would train somebody and pay them $3-4 an hour, and that's not abuse, by the way, if you know that or not. That's like getting 60K a year in America's terms, right? Anyways, I would pay them like $3-4 an hour and train them exactly how to build my citations, and they would be my guy. So I would hire a few of them and test them out which one works, and then they would be my guy for all these kind of work. Citations, all the nitty-gritty stuff that's repetitive and takes my time, and start to systemize it, right? And they would probably work hourly and then weekly, or like, you know, I would hire them for the day, and then later on for salary, right? And they would, you know, I would have a good relationship with them, and every time I go back to my country, I would meet them and stuff like that. That's like my idea, right? That's the first step, getting a VA. Now, the ultimate is to actually get an office, right? That's, you know, one of my dreams. Get an actual office with people who are calling, cold calling, salesmen who are selling digital products, selling SEO, selling PPC, all these things that I do right now. And yeah, I mean, that's a dream. I don't know how far away I'm from that, but you know, that's something I'm still looking towards, especially because I'm working with this partner of mine, as I mentioned 1 or 2 videos ago, where we're trying to scale things up after we get a few clients. But anyways, just giving you some practical points. The first way to start would be getting a VA, right? First, you're doing everything yourself. Once you reach that amount of about $2,000 to $3,000 and all your bills are paid and all that stuff, then you should start looking to get a VA, right? Somebody you can pay. Start with abroad, and yeah. And then the next step would be, you know, in-house in America. So anyways, guys, I don't really have much other thoughts on this. You know, I already elongated. The last video was supposed to be 25 minutes. I uploaded 17, so this is already like 3-4 minutes extra. But yeah, I just wanted to share, like, this is the direction I'm going. And my last point would be, I would like 1 or 2 of you guys who's watching, you know, this channel is growing a little bit, you know, about 15-20 people are watching every video. I would like 1 or 2 of you guys to start taking more action, right? Or like, you know, share it or things like that, because as I am moving forward, I am going to be making most of the videos of what I'm feeling right now, right? That's how it's easiest for me. I can make these videos at ease and just every day upload them, because this is what I'm facing right in everyday life, right? Once I move forward, I'm gonna be starting to make videos, well, let's say about hiring and VAs and how to make sure and all this stuff, and not so much about, you know, selling and things, because I'm kind of getting past that, right? Not saying I'm getting, you know, a master salesman or something. Probably still make videos about sales, but you get my point, right? I want to make videos of where I am currently, and I would love it if one of you, you know, a few of you who watch this is on the same step as me. Then you can, that's how you can get the most value out of this shit, right? Because then you can relate to me directly. So yeah, guys, that's about it. Hope you enjoyed that and got something out of it. So start thinking in systems and shit. Peace.